All right, here at No Reserve, we have this all original 1990 Ford F-150. It's a great little project truck, and I call it a project just because you take a look at it. It's got some wear and tear on it, paint's coming off, some little dents here and there, and there's some stuff on the inside I'll show you, windows cracked and stuff like that. But it's just a killer platform because what you get is an all original truck. This is just an absolute beautiful color combo when it's fresh. It's a light smoke metallic with medium Cabernet. Both of them are metallic colors and they look fantastic. But this truck has been on the road, serving the road, driving and taking care of people since it was brand new. It's always been registered and on the road. I've had it for this is actually my parts runner and dump run rig. I've lent it out to quite a few people because it is super dependable, even though it does have some minor issues and stuff like that. But this was on the slate to be, I'm letting it go because I have a few project trucks and I just don't want them sitting outside. I put a few hundred miles on this thing, hauled around with my kids, had a canopy on there for a little bit. But it's all original front windshield, but it does have some cracks, so that's got to go, obviously. Original stereo, original wheels, but the 235 tires are pretty new. I think they're only a couple years old. A ton of tread. I'll get the date codes off those things. And so I'll go around here and I'll talk about the exterior stuff as the project stuff, and then I'll work on the interior. This is a truck you can just drive in and jump in and go, as I've been doing. You don't need to do this stuff, but it's a platform that's awesome because it is really straight except for some little dents, and completely rust free. It's always been in the Northwest, so you get a little dent here, common stuff. Lights are super faded, the chrome's aged, you get a crack in the grill here. But the great thing about these trucks is you can get a brand new grill, headlights, and everything. Tail lights, wheel well trim, mirrors, side molding. You can get the original pinstriping for Phoenix Graphics. It's just a great truck to work on. I fixed up a ton of these rigs, bought and sold a ton of them because I just love them. So I'm gonna wrap around here the passenger side since I got somebody driving up on the other side. I don't want to get clipped, but you do got a little bit of a dent here. Now it's a soft one, doesn't have any paint damage. It looks like maybe somebody turned and there was a post here or something and it took off the emblem. You can get those on eBay or buy brand new ones from LMC. You do got a little crease right here, so you could definitely iron that out because the door gaps are still fantastic. The door doesn't rub into it. The hood gaps are pretty nice. It's a little tight right here with the cowl. Nobody stepped on this when they go to wash it or something and dent it down. You know, you're gonna have some little ding there, some chips. This stuff is gonna be throughout. This is probably the worst of it on the entire truck. There's a dent here and a stress crack here. This is common from like having a ladder rack on there. Not sure if it did or not, but your paint along here is definitely worn. And you got some little dents here and there on the top here. You just trust me, they're there. Some little dings. Inside the bed is well used. The paint's long gone. Got some dents in the wheel well, but there's absolutely zero rust holes. So I'll get that last little bit of it out of there from doing some yard work. We had a crazy windstorm, so I had 3 loads of brush. Tailgate opens nice. I'll do this for a little dent in there. You can get there with a rubber mallet, ham it out. Again, the bodywork disc can be saved. Got a little grease here, and this is all just surface rust. It's got that nice little sound, high pitch on. That's just with my fingernails too. Rear bumper, in my opinion, was gonna go when I painted the truck. I was gonna get a nice step bumper, a factory style. This is kind of common to the area, the road armor with the tailgate opens and closes really nice. It's actually pretty straight, it's not all bowed out. Got some dents up here. Again, that goes with the project. This strap did snap. It's like 15 bucks at the automotive store. I just didn't do it because this is stuff I was gonna do when I got it painted. I was gonna do new moldings, new tail lights. And it's so this one's just gonna go to the next home and let the next person decide if they go all smoke gray or whatever they want to do. Bedsides, you know, they have scratches in the Cabernet area. Paint's a little bit dull. You could go through and not paint this and put some sweet patina sauce on it. The roof, there's pictures of it, but it looks just like the hood. And you could do that and it gives it a cool look, you know. Probably if I were to do that, I would throw some bed caps on there, drop in bed liner or spray liner, bring it over the top, really clean this up, do some patina sauce, give it a nice little color, get a replacement panel here, and probably replace the lenses or polish them out. And that's an avenue you can go to. Or maybe you want just a nice little weekend warrior for going to Home Depot. So inside the project wise, you're gonna see the worn seat. Carpets are dirty. You know, they're not so hot at all. The foot pads are actually in really good shape. You got some wear on the steering wheel, some wear on the bezel, but all that stuff, all the gauges work. And I'll talk about this in the driving video too. The fuel selector switch is stuck on rear tank and it works good. I pushed real hard. I can't get the front tank to actuate. Again, that's something that I was gonna do once we went through and fixed it up and had the seat redone and put new carpets in it. You really probably could go through this interior. I would just leave the door panels. They're nice originals. They got some wear up here, but no big cracks. Nobody's pulled them off. They're not loosely hanging here. This one's a little loose because they are a two-piece, so it just needs a push-in clip. This isn't hanging off. Again, nobody's had these out to put speakers in, so they are in nice shape for being used all these years. But really, all I'd do is have the seat recovered and put new carpet in there, and then just clean up everything else. And you probably literally, with doing the seat, the carpet, and putting a new windshield in here, you're going to be about $1,200. You know, maybe $1,500 if your labor is a little bit different. It is four-wheel drive, obviously. You know, it's got the V8, and it could use a tune-up, could use all fresh new fluids. You know, I can't remember last time the oil was changed. Stuff like that is, you know, going to be handed over to the new owner for them to have some fun with it. And there's a lot of people that like to see the rewards and like to fix these things up like we do, and see this thing, which it deserves, be brought back, you know, after doing all these years. Being a 1990, you know, it's 35 years old and it's been an active participant on the road. Is just amazing. 5-liter V8. It's got the AOD automatic overdrive transmission. You see the hood hinges are in good shape. Under the hood, I mean, overall, you know, it's aged and dirty, but overall it's pretty clean. You know, it looks good. The firewall paint's pretty decent. You know, no accident damage. Nothing's ever been done there. Nothing's ever been messed with. All the bolts are factory in place. And even this is usually always broken. And it's nice to see that this hasn't been, you know, not put back on there. People put zip ties, bungee cords, all kinds of stuff. So, I'm not sure. The AC does not blow cold, but it looks like it may have been converted at one point to 134, or at least had some AC work done, because that red hose is not original. But let's see, don't see any signs of it being converted over, so who knows that. Nice to see this still in place. Overall runs pretty good. There's lots of photos underneath. Looks like an old truck, but overall is rust free. Can't remember if I went over the passenger side. I don't believe I did. Again, you got some chips here that turned into some cracks. It is original glass, which is cool. It has the original Carlite logo. There we go, right there. And you got that age fogging on the sides. This one is the one I would love to follow up with the next owner. As you can see here, I forgot to mention the bulkhead is pushed in a little bit, kind of common deal. Again, the door panel matches the other side. A little bit of fading here, little discoloration there. Not sure if that would come off with a cleaner. You got a crack and a little separation from that anchor point. This side of the seat looks good, but you know, you could just do the bottom. You know, so that, and you do have this little armrest that pops down if you don't need a third passenger. Dash is faded right here. Glove box opens nice. Have all the original books. Ashtray comes down. And you got all your original goodies in here in the bag. And I'll take nice photos of that. It's just nice to see that stuff with it. Headliner isn't too terrible. It's a little faded, but it's not sagging down. Got some holes there. Not sure if that was connected with the CB deal, but did have a CB in it at one point. So other issues in here is power windows do not work. And again, this is not a gremlin issue. This is just going to be power window motors. Power door locks do not work. Again, it's going to be the door lock actuators. There's not an electrical issue with this truck. We've done a ton of them. They just age out. And another thing about this truck is good and bad. It has no keys, but the tumbler, it fires up, so you don't have to worry about losing your keys. And you know, since it needs new actuators, the power doors don't lock. But I never bothered to get keys because it was hadn't gotten to that point yet of getting it fixed up. But some of these older trucks, when the tumbler wears out on the steering column, it just turns, and it always does. So I can get some keys made. Maybe about $200 if you want. It is nice to have, obviously, but the passenger door locked for the drivers does not, because it's got the actuator that's seized up in it. So Strong drivetrain, good driving truck, and so we'll hop in it and hit the road.